Good morning, everyone. So, we're continuing our lesson, which is genetic change and traits, and today we're going to be learning a bit about the nucleotide base pairs. So, to summarize what we took last time, we said that our body's made of cells. This is one cell, and they're showing you that inside the cell you have a nucleus. Inside the nucleus, you have chromosomes. Inside the chromosome is actually made up of coiled DNA, and the DNA is a double helix. Double. Okay? That's what you needed to know last time. So today, you're going to learn about nucleotide base pairs. So they took this part of the DNA, okay, one part of the DNA, and you see it on the other slide this way. Okay? So each side or strand of the DNA is a chain of building blocks called nucleotides. So look, see, this is one nucleotide. This is another nucleotide. So the DNA is made of nucleotides. And if you notice, they pair together. This nucleotide pairs with this. So that's why it's a double helix. They pair. There's pairing here. Okay? You notice these are nucleotides and they're paired together. Now, these nucleotides, okay, are identified by their bases. في عندنا 4 bases. You have 4 bases. Okay, now what are these bases? It's a part of the nucleotide. It's called base. These are these 4. A, G, C, and T. Base pairs. A, G, T, C. You see, these are called bases. Okay, there are 4 types of bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Okay, and you see here, and you represent them with letters. So adenine is with A, guanine is with G, thymine is with T, cytosine is with C. Okay, now there's something that you need to know, is that why do we call them base pairs? It's because they pair together like a couple. Okay, they pair together like any two things pair together. For example, A pairs with T and G pairs with C always. This never changes. Okay, A pairs with T and G pairs with C. They're like a puzzle. They fit together. They fit together like pieces of puzzle. Let me show you an example. So this is one nucleotide base pair. Okay, and if you notice here, the A, it pairs with T. So the T comes here and then they pair together. The G pairs with C. Okay, so T, again, if you have T, this has to be A because these pair together. If you have C here, then this has to be G because C, if you notice, pairs with G. So you cannot have like A here and then G here. No, why? Because A does not pair with G or C. A is only with T, only. Okay, and T is only with A. Same thing, G only with C and C only with G. So these are the base pairs. They're called base pairs, and they're called nucleotide base pairs because a nucleotide is the big one. The base pair is only this part, the base. This is the pair because pair means 2 together. These are the pair, but this is the base. The whole thing is a nucleotide. You have to know these terms. You have to know that this is called a nucleotide and the base is a part of the nucleotide. You have to know these things, and you have to know that A pairs with T and G pairs with C. This is very important. Okay? Another thing we need to learn about today is the gene. Okay? A gene is a specific segment or a small part of the DNA that provides instructions for inherited trait. But again, we said we have a cell. Inside the cell, we have a nucleus. Inside the nucleus, we have chromosomes. The chromosome is made up of DNA, coiled, and this is a segment. They took a part of the DNA. Now, what is a gene? A gene is a part of the DNA. It's just a segment. Segment means part. So the gene is a part of the DNA. Okay? It's a small part of DNA. You need to know that. Okay, each gene has a starting point and an ending point. So let's say it starts here, it ends here. Each gene has a starting point and an ending point. Okay, when it ends here, another gene starts here and then maybe ends here, another gene. Okay, so genes are parts of DNA, small part, only a small. Like, can you imagine how many coils are here? It's huge, and then the gene is just a small part. That's too much. Okay, DNA is read in one direction. Okay, we'll talk about how you read DNA tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to talk about genes and coding for proteins, but for today, this is mainly the main slide for today, nucleotides and bases, and you need to understand them. You need to understand that base is part of a nucleotide. Nucleotide has, these are the 4 bases. A nucleotide is this, the base is this. And most important, A pairs with T. That means adenine pairs with thymine, and guanine pairs with cytosine. And then the gene is a part of the DNA. That's all you gotta know for today. Tomorrow we'll talk about proteins and coding for proteins.